Hello, I'm Carol Dean, and I've produced and financed many films. I'm teaching a producing class where you can learn financing, acquiring rights, hiring crews, locations, scheduling, post-production, and a lot more. So please consider joining us. Let's get started. When you sign up with a 501c3 physical sponsorship company, your donors get to write the amount they gave you off their taxes, and they like that. The most important second reason is that when you are accepted by a nonprofit, they write you a letter that says, "We have accepted your film." And when you put that with your package for your donors and send that to your grantors, they know that someone has reviewed your materials and will be following you and monitoring the process of the film, and they like that. Donors and grantors want to know somebody is watching the store here. Oh, I'm so excited you got your first check today. It's lots of fun to watch everything working. Finding the funding is the key thing. You want a company that has a list of funding organizations like we do. We believe that your three most important areas for raising money for your film are your pitch, your proposal, and your trailer. So From the Heart gives advice on your proposal. I'm the author of The Art of Film Funding, Alternative Financing Concepts, second edition, and I believe that your proposal is so important that I've written a whole chapter in my book on it. So when you come to us for a physical sponsorship, we make sure that you get a copy of that chapter with all the information outlined for you. This is a key to raising money. Who is the proper and legal holder of the rights? You have to do some research to ensure you know who definitely owns the rights. And what rights do you need? Because there are different kinds of rights based on distribution, viewing format, or the country or the region. It's incredibly complicated, and you need guidance and support. You may have a magazine article, a newspaper article, maybe you have a short story or a novel, even a comic book, or a blog, theater play, games, apps, TV shows, web series, screenplays, or maybe another film. If the idea comes from another format, you must obtain the rights to the material. It's a legal situation that you cannot move forward without getting the proper rights. To begin with, Alexa has adapted screenplays. She has adapted many products and written about them or filmed them. So she'll answer all the hard questions and get you comfortable with how to acquire the rights to your material. Choosing the right crew, it is important because they make the film. And if they are happy and they're working together as a unit, everything goes much smoother. As if they know how to work on a set, if they know the protocols, who to talk to, who not to talk to, how to handle themselves on a set, then you're okay. You have a good beginning. But the most important thing is that everyone has your vision. They've read the script. They love the director. They love their manager. They all work together with creative ways to get the best shot possible. And if they have to work long hours, they're happy. They are there to make a good film or a fantastic film. Well, finding a location is the producer's job, and there are so many things that you have to check, and we'll go over them. But for example, is there enough parking? Can you get all the trucks and everything else you need in there? What's the sound on the location? Can you get in the building, get in the house, and listen to the sound and see what it is you're going to have to turn off or what you're going to deal with? Or maybe if this is on a flight path, you don't want that location. So you need to do some specific location scouting And you can check with your film commissions. We'll teach you how to do that. And there are alternatives to hiring a location scout. You may be able to negotiate the deal yourself and save some money, but you always go with backup locations just in case. Then you have the paperwork. You have to get a location release form. You have to have insurance, liability insurance, and permits. And you've got the police and the sheriff's departments. You've got a lot of things to cover. And the most important thing that a good producer does, he or she leaves the location better than they found it. Well, scheduling starts when you write down your script, and even documentaries. You need to have an idea of what your script is, write out what you want, because you need to schedule it. This is part of your budgeting. How many days shooting? You have to look at scheduling principles, learn the steps to create a schedule, and you will know how many days you have to shoot and how many nights you might have to shoot. But scheduling each day shoot is very important because you have to know how long it's going to take to shoot something. That's what goes into your budget. Feeding your crew every 6 hours and other union regulations are really important, and that affects the day's schedule. So locking down the schedule is one of the most important things the producer does. Well, you see, the producer, there is a line producer, and that's the one who really does this. The executive who raises money, the producer who makes the film, the line producer who handles budgets, scheduling, things like that. So for post-production, we're going to learn how to put together a post-production team, because as a producer, you need to know you've got a good team to work with. So you would start with the supervisor. This person is going to hire most of the personnel, all right? They're going to maintain the post-production schedule. They're going to complete how much you need for deliverables. They'll get the list. That's their job. Then you have the post-production coordinator who will help the supervisor with coordinating and scheduling. Then you have an editor who edits the film during and after principal photography. And that is one of your key decisions. Who is your editor? Then you have an assistant editor that helps the editor with loading and logging media into the system. You have a sound editor. You have a Foley artist. You may have a sound mixer, a music supervisor, a music composer, an archivist, a researcher, an online editor, a colorist. That's one of my favorite ones, the colorist. Then you have a transcriber, graphics, and visual effects. See, your post-production supervisor will oversee the whole team. Producers have a major job. It's a lot of responsibility. That's why we put this class together. It takes a year, but it's well worth it.
I am from the Heart Productions Avatar and reading a review of a real filmmaker that we have helped. As a professional documentary filmmaker for 12 years and now educator of documentary filmmakers, I am keenly aware of when someone has the best interest of filmmakers at heart. That is 100% the case with Carol and her team at From the Heart Productions. Her generous and illuminating advice for filmmakers is invaluable.
I am from the Heart Productions Avatar and reading a review of a real filmmaker that we have helped. You always showed such incredible knowledge of the challenges we face and specific insight into some actions that would be valuable. Equally importantly was also the encouragement you provided to have strong beliefs in our strengths and to proceed with an attitude of confidence. We have stricken the word may from our vocabulary. We owe you a huge debt of gratitude. Thanks for your review, Arnie Sperrins. It's appreciated.
From the Heart helps filmmakers with the new producer class that starts on April 1st. We are a nonprofit that supports and educates filmmakers on producing films that are unique and make a contribution to society. I am reading a real review from Sally L. Thank you for such a great consultation. Carol Joyce was thorough while going through my application and gave concise and valuable feedback on what I could improve going forward. She also answered all my questions and provided additional links and sources to help me with the next stages of making my film. It's honestly amazing to have the opportunity for such a session, where an industry professional truly looks at your specific project and shares their thought and strategies with you. It was invaluable to me. Thank you. Thanks for your review, Sally L. It's appreciated. So a message to all you filmmakers, writers, and documentary makers out there. We have producer classes beginning on April 1st. Just scan the QR code and learn more.